So we're going to look at, firstly, before we start looking at the actual specific questions, we have to look at the two types of bearings that we have. So true bearings, which are measured clockwise from north. So what's the largest true bearing we can possibly have? 359.99999. Okay, and they're represented like this. We might have, say, 280 degrees true. I want you to draw where you think, assuming north is the top of your page, where you think 280 degrees true would lie. Maybe you had something there where that angle is 280 degrees. Cool. Happy with that? What are some important, where do the important features come? North is that? East is that? South is that?
180.
And west is that? 270. Cool. Happy with that? Nothing else is needed. Good. So for our compass bearings, they're a little bit different. So they'll come with a north or a south component. Then an east/west component. Now these are a little bit trickier in some regards, because we always, and it's really important, always measure away from north-south. So the angle is measured away from north-south. Does that make sense? So I want you to draw south 20 degrees west. I'll go east. South 20 degrees east. I want you to draw where that is. If you had this, then you are correct. Happy with that? Often we draw a dashed line for north or south just because it's not the actual direction we're traveling. Awesome. So when we're using bearings questions, we need to be mindful of a few things. What are those things, do you think? One. Yep, so type of bearing. So if the question gives us a true bearing, what do you think our answer's got to be? True bearing, cool. So return whichever one you get. What else do we think we need to be aware of? Yep, so what's that, sorry?
Like east or west.
Yep, so knowing your north, south, east and west, so I'm just going to draw a little thing. So knowing that that's how that looks, sounds silly, but it's something we don't teach and something if you didn't know could cause you some grief. What's the third thing we need to be aware of? Yeah, where you start, I'll come back to that one because it's a bit more, but you are right. I'm looking for a 5-letter word. Can I get a consonant?
A.
You had a few letters to choose from, and you got one of them. That's okay.
United Nations.
Some would consider you a bit of a unit there, a rare unit, Bradley. A unit, so we need to be mindful of our units of measurement and converting between, say, kilometres and metres and that sort of stuff. So just be mindful. They're probably the three things that I'd expect that we'd do without a lot of help. You're probably going to do those naturally. The next two things are things that are very, very specific to bearings. The fourth one is geometric rules. And one that is very important is our Z rule. Okay, the Z rule, 180 degrees in a straight line, 90 degrees in perpendicular lines. Those sort of rules are really, really important. And when you do a few bearings questions, you'll see why. Cool? The fifth one, and this alludes to what Kaylee was saying, read the question very carefully. From whose perspective? So I'm going to give us an example, and we'll hopefully see some of these things. So, let's look at an example. I know that Baxter and Brad are having a pool party on the weekend, and Baxter is playing Marco Polo in the pool. It's a really big pool because Baxter lives in a mansion.
It's a really cool party too.
It does sound like a pool party. Didn't get an invite, Kerrod. Sad. Anyway, two-man pool party. The origin is the centre of the pool. So Brad and Baxter, awkward. Sorry, Kerrod, bring it up again. They both start in the middle of the pool and they're playing Marco Polo. Brad swims. So Brad initially swims. It's a big pool, 50 metres at a bearing of 30 degrees true. While Baxter swims, he goes, it's a big pool, let's go 70 metres. It's a very big pool, south 10 degrees west. Oh no, we'll go east. South 10 degrees east, okay? I want to know the distance between Brad and Baxter. So, question one, find the distance between Brad and Baxter. Brad and Bax sounds like a good TV show. And two, the bearing from Baxter to Brad. Probably highlights that fifth point there. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to work through that one. I'll give you 4 minutes.